Vanderpuiye was doing Sundays. Siante. Bana malawata le kula ebie. Many kelenye fadidi. Ingana kan gbele mbana nko ebie. Mini baba. Winning.
NDC ba winning. Ghana ba winning. NDC ba winning. Mission chine dumo nyamenu. Ete ha na hele police. Mane ni na take on ten. Bia na njo ni yami. Forte ya ko school ne. School fite. Announce school machine fine.
Gabriel Niobodai Atopra Atunam Togo Ashon Kausonu here on Community Watch on Metro TV. We are coming your way from Odododiodo and very privileged to have with us here the Member of Parliament for the constituency. He is also the candidate for the NDC in the Odododiodo constituency. So we are engaging him on 3 key issues with few days to the election. We want to know exactly what he's done for his constituents in the past 8 years, well, almost 8 years, and the reason for which he would want his constituents to give him yet another term. Then again, he'll be talking to you directly, you resident of Odododiodo, dear constituents. Today you'll be hearing directly from your Member of Parliament just before we bring this discussion to an end. Welcome to Metro TV, Honorable.
Thank you very much.
So I've spoken with NPP members. I've as well engaged Lante Banaman. And what I picked up is that you haven't done anything for your constituents or in the constituency for the past 8 years. Is there any track record to show, Honorable?
He himself does not know this constituency very well, and he doesn't know what the constituency used to be like before he decided to contest. I want to tell him, if I've not achieved anything, he should go into the health sector, go to the Princess Mary Louise Hospital and ask them. Through the Lordina Foundation, I got them computers to be able to help them transfer all their records to the system and to free the offices that they've used for records. 2, we got for them a lot of hospital equipment. For example, the new childbirth department, we're giving them machines. We got for them a solar panel that will help them generate electricity in times of power failure. From there, we also supported them with an ambulance. When you come to Osha Polyclinic, I did the same. I gave them ambulance, we gave them hospital equipment, we gave them administrative materials, all from the Lordina Foundation. And I also assisted them to renovate the maternity home. We had not seen any renovation for 35 years. After renovating the place, today I've just commissioned a 2-story new maternity block for the people of Odododiodo.
Jamestown Maternity.
Yes.
All right. So, shall we have a moment to then witness exactly how this commissioning transpired? Right, welcome back. So you've seen what exactly the Member of Parliament for Odododiodo, Lante, Vanderpuiye mentioned moments ago about commissioning the newly built maternity ward for the Jamestown Maternity Center. Over to you to continue.
Yeah, still on health. We rehabilitated the abandoned Ayalolo cluster of schools clinic. That used to be a clinic that gives first aid and also first time consultation for people who live within the Ayalolo Amamo community, and especially for the 13 cluster of schools that we have there. So in times that when a school child gets injured or is sick, all of a sudden, there is no need for them to transfer that child all the way to the polyclinic. It's giving first attention there. And today it's being used for a lot of outpatient activities from the Osha clinic to ease the pressure on the polyclinic. So that one too, it was abandoned. People use the place as a edification point. We cleared the whole place, we changed a whole building, we renovated it, and it's now a piece. We also supported the old Fadama community to establish a center where the public health department of the Osha clinic always go to attend to people there. That is in terms of health. Not to forget the fact that I also got a hearse or an ambulance exclusively for the Muslim community. So the Muslim community had apprehensions about using the public hearse and also the public ambulance. So the imams, together with their chiefs, came to me and said that they have difficulty, their religion has difficulty in them using the same. So when somebody, a Muslim dies here, they go to another constituency to rent their vehicle. So we got it for them, a vehicle for themselves to take care of them, and they've been happy about it. From there we go to education, which is one of my, let me say, my most important sectors, because looking from this constituency, education is key. Some of the celebrated Ghana Adangmes that you know in this country had education from here. We used to have the Sempe Boys School, the Government Boys School, Kimbo. We have the Raleigh Secondary School, the Accra Academy Secondary School, the Accra High School. All started from this community. We have legendary people like Professor Nafale Sakefio, Professor Evans Amfom, Professor Kote Papafio, the first Ghanaian Surgeon General. All these people coming from.
were raised from this community.
Yes. And as such, it is important that when education has gone down, we have to take an action to bring back the image of the community. So what we started doing is to renovate the old schools that we had. With Accra Royal, we renovated the place, but over the period it's gone bad again. So what we try to do also is to use the Millennium School concept that were introduced by the Mills Mahama government, and then we started with the renovation of the Sempe School. We virtually got a new place and then built a temporary structure for the Sempe School and demolished it, and then we started building. Since we left office, the project is still at where we left it. Nothing has been done about the Sempe School. 4 years now. If that school had finished, it would have changed even the topography of the Sempe area, and the children were going to school. The problem of this area is not just about school, but how to retain the school children in the school. So when you take the child to school and the school environment is not conducive, it's not entertaining, the child sometimes is not happy in the school. So that's what we try to do, to change the environment. If you go to Ayalolo cluster of schools, we were gifted with one of the Yi blocks, but we didn't have land. So the architects and the engineers suggested that we should build 2 new schools, and then we can demolish 4 of the basic schools to build the Yi block. So we decided that Amamo 2, Ashia Mills, Ayalolo 6 and 8, and Central Mosque, we're going to demolish those schools So we decided to build 2 of the Millennium Schools, 3-story, 38 classroom block each at a yellow cluster of schools. We got to the 3rd floor on one and the 2nd floor on the other before we left office. It's been abandoned and it's there. If we are finished by now, we will be thinking about getting the place to build our own Ashedu Keteke senior high school, so that when our children finish the junior high school, they will not have problem going to the senior high school. The new Mahama government, I'm sure, we shall continue with that plan. So if you go to Lante, I've finished a 3-story block there. That one too has been abandoned. What is left with that one was the AMA to pay the contractor off, and then he also hands over the key. That has not been done. So that one too is there.
Since the NDC left office, is it something as Member of Parliament you've been following up and lobbying, advocating to ensure that what you started was continued?
I've done everything I could do. I've talked to the AMA, I've talked to the Get Fund, I've talked to the Minister of Education, and I've tried to seek their support.
What comes out of it? What comes out of it?
Well, nothing has come out of it. I'm just praying that we shall win elections next week, and then I'll have the privilege and opportunity to lobby my colleague ministers so that we'll complete all these lofty programs that will enhance education in this area. Apart from that, we'll also be encouraging the final year students of the junior high schools. For the past 10 years, I've run consistent 2 months extra classes for them before their BEC. And that has seen an exponential growth in the pass marks of the candidates in this constituency. I can tell you today, we have candidates who are pursuing medicine, administration, and all coming through the schools here and all going through the extra classes program that I embark upon. 2 years ago, we started another program, what we call post-JHS classes. What we do with that one is basically psychologically. What we do is that we prepare our graduates who will be going to secondary school. We prepare them in English language, and also communication skills, and also the general psychology, how to be able to build their confidence when they enter the campuses. Because sometimes when a child comes from certain environment and he enters a school like in Fanspim School, Presec Legon or Pokuwari and the rest, sometimes they don't have self-confidence and they become timid. So what we've done is to build upon them psychologically, build a confidence. That has a lot to do with people like me, using myself as an example, coming from this community and going to Fanspim School and telling them how I was able to go through the difficulties I had initially, integrating with people who were raised in a plush environment and who come from really good homes. But that is helping. I can tell you today, as we speak today, we have close to about 6 boys in Fanspim School, and they are doing very well. One of them is even assistant school prefect. So we've done a lot in education. When we go to human resource development, I can tell you that we've supported a lot of our guys. Today, I can tell you that we have close to 329 students on our file who we support with half scholarship and bursaries. We support them. Even with the introduction of free education at the secondary level, we still provide the students with trunk, chabos, and part of their prospectus. We provide them with provisions, because some of them, their parents cannot just afford even the provisions, the gari, the sugar, the milk, and the rest. So we provide them with all these things. And so that we even give them transportation to go to school. We also supported a lot of them in their tertiary education. Just last semester, we disbursed close to almost about 70-something thousand Ghana cedis to students in various tertiary institutions. We also have some students undergoing postgraduate courses outside the country. Through my effort, today we have 6 doctors from this community, this constituency. We supported a lot of them into nursing training colleges and some into teacher training college. Our problem, especially with the teacher training college, is the fact that when we have sponsored people to go to teacher training college, and we encourage them to specialize in the Ghana language, our local language, and they finish, then they are posted somewhere else. So they don't become of benefit to our people. And we are not having too many of the teachers who have specialized in Ghana language, our traditional language here, our local language here. So you go to our schools and the child is being forced to do Akan instead of the local language, own dialect, Gan language. So it's a difficulty we have. So we are encouraging as many as possible of our people when they finish SHS to go to training colleges, specialize in Ghana, and come back and teach. And then we've decided that when they come back like that, we shall on our own support them with laptops, with fridges and the rest to set them up so that they'll be encouraged to work.
One key area has to do with employment, and the Straha market is one point that some of your constituents believe if it had been completed by your administration or even by now, it would have generated lots of employment for the people, as well as the Jamestown port or harbor, which much as your administration had wanted to do it, it couldn't. Today, the NPP government has started something on the grounds. Do you see this as, in quote, a failure by your government not to have started this project? And commendable, worth commending the NPP for starting such a project?
Well, let me say this, government is a continuous thing, yes. So I don't have any problem. What I'll say is that we started a program for Salaga Market, and we did everything, including the relocation of the traders. We also cut the sod, we hoarded the place, and we did the procurement of consultants and also contractors. And everything was done, and we're supposed to finish within 18 months. Unfortunately, we lost elections, and finance was there. Senate was financing part of it and all those things. So there shouldn't have a problem for this government to have continued for wherever we let off. But they abandoned the project, and 4 years now, the place have been abandoned. Today we are going for elections, and they are trying to hoodwink the people. We're doing something there. But I stand here to say,
something similar your administration did. About 2 days to election, then you cut salt to begin the project.
Well, it's Nana Akufo-Addo not cutting salt now. The president is still cutting salt. Government cannot come into a standstill because we are going for elections. So we cut the salt, all right. We had money, we've procured, it took us a year. It didn't take 1 day to get contractors to do procurement. It went through process. Went through the board, the Senate board, had to meet, had to approve the program and all those things. So it took time. It's
3 years.
Well, it's unfortunate that it took that long. But it took us almost 2 years to negotiate and start and complete the Kumasi KJT market. It took us almost 2 years to negotiate and start and complete Kotokraba market. So it's the same, it's the structure. Because it's being funded by somebody, it has to go through processes. But what they are doing is not the project we intended for the people. What they are doing, they are only building sheds. We're going to build a market that will take 4,200 people off the street, off the pavements, to the market. We're going to build a 3-tier market. 2, we're going to renovate the Salaga taxi rank and the Trotro station, join it to the market. We're going to change location of the mosque there, take the mosque back so we can have a lot of space for the mosque and also for the car park, which was going to be also 3-tier. This I can say that the new NDC government and John Dramani Mahama will come back to this project.
Are you going to demolish what is being done now?
Oh, what is being done there is trash.
Are you going to demolish it?
Yes, we will demolish it and rebuild, because my people.
That will be a loss to the state.
It won't be a loss to the state. Why will it be a loss to the state?
Money being spent on the project as of now.
People who are wasting money today will answer why they decided to abandon the old project and put up a shed. 2, I will not sit here. When I was Deputy Minister for Local Government, I struggled to make sure that we completed Kotokraba market and also KJT market. So what is good for the people of Kumasi is also good for the people of Accra. We shall build a Salaga market that should be at least synonymous with Kotokraba market or Kumasi KJT market. That is the assurance John Mahama gave the people, and we shall go by that. We are sure we shall do that under our big push, the infrastructure sector. Because the Salaga market will generate a lot of revenue, so the market will pay for itself in the long term. We've supported a lot of our people into skills development. We've taken close to about 300 young girls and boys into seamstress apprenticeship, tailoring, hairdressing making, shoe making. We have a lot of our girls today who have set up on their own. We've also supported those who are into KK, rice selling and all those things by supporting them with maize, rice, oil, chicken, fish, and whatever they desire to support them in order to be able to expand. Let me also say this, one of my biggest achievements, I'm proud of it, is that I was able, through the support of John Dramani Mahama and Senate, to put up the Bukum Boxing Emporium, which is one significant achievement for the NDC government, and also for able to bring the dream that has been nurtured since the days of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to honor all our boxing heroes from this place. Atuke Clote, Roy Ankra, Fetete, Azuma Nelson, DK Poison, Nanaya Konadu, Ebo Dankwa, Ike Kote, the late Alfred Cobra Kote, Joshua Clote, Joshua Chachu, that Bukum Chachu, Bukum Bankun, Emmanuel Tego, and all these wonderful boxers we've had, Joseph Agbeko, and all of them, to honor them. And this is a constituency that has produced almost all the world champions in boxing. Nana Akonedu became a champion from here. Even though he comes from Sunyani, he became a champion from here. Ebo Dankwa, even though he's a Kwawu, became a champion from here. There is no way you become a world champion if you don't pass through Ododo and the Bukom Boxing Arena or the Bukom Boxing gyms, the various gyms around here. The gyms are doing their best, so we need to encourage them.
The list is a long one or a tall one, but why would you want to be given 4 more years? What new?
Well, there's a lot more to be done. The poverty in this place makes it difficult for families to survive. So all that we have to do as a leader is to help transform the lives of the people. 1, by social infrastructure, and also 2, giving them the required leadership, which will help inspire the young people to be able to pursue their dreams in the face of challenges. So it will take innovative ideas, and innovative ideas can come from only people who are creative, who are ingenious, and who have that ability, which I know I have, as compared to my opponent. You know, I can say without any hesitation that the guns say, yes, if you want to send somebody, you send the person who is wise and not the person who have long legs. Because the person who have long legs will get to the destination, but will not be able to intelligibly deliver the message you gave him. But you could have somebody with short legs, but very intelligent, and he will get you the results you require. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Getting the results, not about talking plenty, not about bragging, not about being arrogant, proud, and also trying to throw money around, but being humble, offering that servant leadership quality, that transformation leadership. I'm slowly transforming the area. If you go,
haven't been able to do in 8 years, for which you need 4 more years.
The problems we have here is not the sort of problems that can be settled within 8 years. It will take a lot of time. Look, today as I'm talking to you, if you go to the Richard Akwei Memorial School, you'll see what I've done there. The Richard Akwei Memorial School used to be a place, when it rains, they can't go to school because their uniforms are white. They wear white uniform. Even when government decided all of us to change to what people you call Gari Kenkatewonu or something, Gigi Kenkatewonu, they didn't. They refused because their tradition, they were white. But the place was muddy. So when it rains, the children are unable to go to school. Today when you go there, I've paid the full compound. I've also installed there one of the ultra-modern sports facilities that is going to comprise of volleyball, basketball, handball, badminton, all there to expose our children to other sporting disciplines and not only football and boxing as we are known. I'm dreaming that the next NDC, under the next Domama government, when we have rehabilitated and renovated the Ayalolo Castle schools, we will put an AstroTurf hockey pitch there. Because a lot of our national players, hockey national players, have come from this constituency. I can mention a lot of them. Emmanuel Kwe, Kester Jaho, Odamitin, the late Charles Tonogle, Frimpong, FM, all these boys from this area have featured in national team, captain national teams before. And so we want to encourage the hockey field. I want to finish with the year block. I want to set up the Ashedu Keteke Senior Secondary School, and that will be my legacy for the people. And because of all these dreams, I want to come back and make sure we complete all these school projects that the MPP government had abandoned over the 4 years that they've been in power. Complete all of them, ease the pressure on our schools, create a very congenial atmosphere for our school children to retain in the schools, and also even try and do more by encouraging them to enter our own communities, the secondary school, and see what fruits they will.
Honorable, please look directly to the camera and speak to your constituents.
Well, thank you very much, the people of Ododo. You give me opportunity to serve you for 2 terms as a member of parliament. There's more work to be done. I've served you well, and you can bear ample testimony to it. You've believed in my humility, my nobility, my respect, and my service to the community. The chiefs, opinion leaders, the religious organizations have all testified. You've all called me at one point to the other, counseled me, offered me advice, taking suggestions with me. You know, I've always consulted with you. There's more to be done. And so I'm asking you to give me the opportunity to serve you again. I'll plead with you, and I'll plead with you again. Let's all maintain the peace that we require in this area. Look, we cannot compound our problems with violence. Our elders said that sometimes we don't add that aspect of it. That is very important to me. We should live together in peace and also in unity, so that we can develop together. And to my opponents, I say thank you very much for giving me that, let me say, impetus to work harder. I've worked harder than I have ever done in this election, and I'm confident that the Lord Almighty, who said to me that he has not brought me this far to disgrace me, and who told me that he knows the thoughts he has about me is for good and not for evil, and is to take me to an expected end. I know that the end is not yet in, and when it is its end, he, the Lord himself, will tell me. I am your servant, Lante Vanderpuiye. Vote for me on the 7th of December, and I'm sure I will serve you diligently again. Vote for John Dramani Mahama number 2 and Lante Vanderpuiye number 2. We say 2 sure, 2 direct.
Honorable, a summary in garden, we wrap it up here.
Cheme kenyeme, ni me kaname, awu me katame. Ododo bi fe mi, nya bi, nya chulo, nya suonlo. Ni Lante Vanderpuiye ne. Insumo nya odogba. Ni ehemo ka ile ya ka hye. Nya ba ha megbe, ko ma sumo nya ko. Eja ka ni bi ni kan wo hie, no ba afe e fa fe no wo fe. Ni wo ehemo ka ile ke ni le ni na yemla wo gbe hie. E ba ni no ni kan wo hie, afe melo ye echumomle. Wonye ma megbe, ni ma tun ko. Eja ke wo ni bi ata omo, ke ni bi ni kan wo hie. Ta frache. Ke obebie ne obaka ka hie ga ehye. Shi ahyiwo. Ni na hyiwo jata frache opongoni na je ase 1. Jimone ba anye enye odogba. Ni e ani na me ni no ni sawo e hawo. Maleke nyenye ase nye buana nye hoai. Manye ni bi efe hwe efe se mabuana wo ba ho mani me etwon wo hie ai ya nyumodenche e wamo ke yele ka bo amomi mabinye oshike na afon nya wo fe akome twenjole pe kemoko gbo ma no gba le ko e no etwa ake tafrache o shilegbe shi ake osumo twenjole mi anya afi o afi no make no ja ke juni ba ne wa afon shiki John Dramani Mahama efe koda wo fe wona ye bia mi ni Ghana te jira mo mi le e ba je wo e ke bia ne Ghana man e ma hia shi Ghana susume la agele e ton de kon Ghana rescue mission e wo nye wale e ke e ba no ni je enyo no ni male ke e ba no ni je enyo the second coming John Dramani Mahama e kan gba e ni je enyo your ballot paper. Me, Lante, Vanderpuiye, the chulo, me won't come by any year on Kano. What get too to, what get too sure, too direct, too to.
Thank you very much, Honorable. But if Lante Vanderpuiye were to watch this interview, what message would you give to him in few words?
I'll tell you, my brother, let's urge our people to observe the peace. There's no need, absolutely no need, for us to finish these elections and somebody will have lost a limb, blood, or anything. I would not want to preside over people that have been maimed or destroyed or killed because I want to be an MP. And I believe you wouldn't want that. So together, let's make sure that our people behave, go according to law, and make sure that there is peace before, during, and after the elections. I know I will win, and I know you will continue to learn. When God says it's your time, then you can be. But for now, I tell you, with Lante Vanderpuiye, my brother, you have no chance. I will beat you again, and I'll teach you more things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lante Vanderpuiye. Best. We end it all here. It's been Community Watch on Metro TV with me, Gabriel Ni Obodai Togbo Ashon. Bye-bye for now.